adjust our minds to remember Christ and the sacrifice he made to us. When we look at memorials, we tend to, they're for important things that are in the world and in the community. We have 4th of July, very important date for the country. We have D-Day, another important date. We remember our anniversaries and our birthdays and many other points in history that are beneficial to us in some way, our freedoms. Well, there's nothing more freeing than what Christ did for us that will give us the opportunity to be a part of heaven and a part of God's kingdom forever. There is nothing more important. And in that we take this Lord's Supper every week, or we try to, if we are available to do that. Because if we don't do it weekly or regularly, things we tend to forget very easily. I know that if I'm learning something, or if any of us are learning something in school, or we're trying to do something new, without reiterating that over and over again, a lot of times it'll just slip away. Every time that you think about whenever I'm a musician, I like to play music, I have to learn songs. But if I don't do it over and over again, I won't remember that song. And even if I do know that song and I don't continue to play it, I'll forget it. And that is one of the things that this is for, is so we remember that ultimate sacrifice that Christ made for us, that is allowed us to have the freedom of our minds, that when we die, we have the opportunity to go to heaven, that there is something more to life after what we have here on earth. I want to read from Matthew 26, verse 17 onward. The Last Supper. On the first day of the festival of unleavened bread, the disciples came to Jesus and asked, "Where do you want us to make preparations for you to eat the Passover?" He replied, Go into the city to a certain man and tell him, the teacher says, my appointed time is near. I'm going to celebrate the Passover with my disciples at your house. So the disciples did as Jesus said, directed them, and prepared the Passover. When evening came, Jesus was reclining at the table with the 12. And while they were eating, he said, "Truly I tell you, one of you will betray me." They were very sad and began to say to him, one after the other, "Surely you don't mean me, Lord." Jesus replied, "The one who has dipped his hand into the bowl with me will betray me. The Son of Man, will go just as it is written about him. But woe to the man who betrays the Son of Man. It would be better for him that he had not been born." Then Judas, the one who would betray him, said, "Surely you don't mean me, Rabbi." Jesus said, "You have said so." While they were eating, Jesus took the bread, and when he had given thanks, he broke it and gave it to the disciples, saying, "Eat, take and eat. This is my body." Then he took a cup, and when he had given thanks, he gave it to him, saying, "Drink from it, you all. This is my blood, the covenant, which is poured out for many for the forgiveness of sins. I tell you, I will not drink this fruit of the vine from now until that day when I drink it anew with you in the Father's kingdom." So let's keep this in mind as we prepare our minds for the Lord's Supper.